what's on your mind?
Hey there, it's just Cooper from Telepathic Comics, and this is my two crew mates, Mr. Phoenix Press and Mr. Wolfsbane Comics. Aaron and what do you want to be called, Phoenix?
Nick is fine.
Nick.
My mother calls me Jackass, but
Jackass.
you can call me Nick.
Okay. We got a Salazar Art Nation over here, man. What's up, Frank?
Yo, I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Show no mercy. Okay. Well, we're actually trying to we're trying to do an autopsy. Trying to decide. I see a lot of.
We got our scalpel out. We got our scalpel out. We're making all the cuts.
Right. Exactly. These things are already dead. Okay, they're already dead. All right. We can't hurt them anymore. So. Yeah. Cooper no, I did not ban you. No, that is fake news.
Yeah, it was me.
Fake news.
Sorry.
Frank is just spreading stuff over there.
Dang.
Anyway, so when you talk about campaigns that failed, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why a campaign can fail. Timing could be one. The art is not up to standard, I guess. The campaign's poorly written. Huh? What's that?
Subject matter just doesn't connect with people.
Yes.
Subject matter may not connect with people, or at least it's not explained well enough to connect with people.
And it could be something totally out of your control. Like you could be doing a campaign about jet fighters, and someone launched a different campaign about jet fighters that got a lot more attention. And
or werewolves.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to avoid that because I wasn't trying to make any insinuation about our boy Justin Bellman. I was trying to, I was trying to tippy toe around that, if you will. But
well, I mean, Aaron's over here like another werewolf book. Another werewolf book.
Dude, we need more werewolf books, man. Dude,
I do have a script that I've been developing. It's like Highlander, but with werewolves. But it needs a little bit more polish. It's like a three-part miniseries. I need to work on it some more, but it's something I have in mind. It's called
There Has Been a Hojo sighting. Yeah. All right. What's up, dude?
Oh, Wild Hojo appeared.
Yeah. You speak his name, he shall appear. Just like he's like that. I've been busy working on a comic. We're getting printed. I sent the files to printer yesterday. All right. Congratulations, dude. All right. Hold on 1 second. Those damn werewolves so hot right now.
Technically, what's
hot right now are vampires. Vampires are hot right now. We got Dracula.
Oh, vampires are coming back. That's good.
Yeah.
You got Nosferatu.
Yeah, Nosferatu, Dracula, and then there's the Jack the Ripper vampire hunter.
Then you got Nosferatu.
That's some vampires in it. Yep. He likes the topic. All right, dude. Good deal. Reason why I picked topics is I tried to telepathically decide what's on people's minds and come up with a topic that is going to work, Telepathic Bunny. That's what I am. That's what I do. Anyway, so I mean, the thing that really bothers me is this discussion's getting suppressed because of the whole statement that was made about, pros coming in and how, smaller creators getting lost in the shuffle. But you see, there's person after person that's a quote unquote smaller creator that has been managed to break out and get some backers,
It's like the whole. It's like the whole Comicsgate thing was we want to tell the stories we want to do, and we want to be taken seriously as artists. And now that people are finally starting to take us seriously and be like, hey, we need to get on this, we're starting to freak out. It's like, oh no, we're getting exactly what we want. Oh no, it's kind of ridiculous, honestly.
Well, Bancroft made a statement last night that I thought might be, it sounds harsh, but I think he had a point. he's like, well, when these ex-pros come in and they got like the resources and they've got the connections to make a professional looking book, and they've been around the business enough to know what a professional looking book looks like, then smaller, more amateur guys are going to feel pushed out.
True.
And
I mean, they can feel pushed out all they want. Doesn't change the reality of the situation that they're not. You know,
no.
Because honestly, just because you got the big dogs, the Brandon Sanders of the world are going to get the 25 million. You know, we're smaller creators. We're not going to get the 25 million, at least not yet.
Well,
you know,
the most egregious one is a guy coming through the door that has evidently been lurking for years and has been working on projects in CG for years. And then suddenly he just comes through the door, 3,000 subs. Oh, here's writers suck. We don't need writing, blah, blah, blah. And then drops a campaign for a comic book that he just came up with 3 months later. Boom, already funded. And so that gets frustrating for people. I mean, guy doesn't hang out anything but small, bigger channels, and then boom, he gets his push from his buddies in the industry, and pow,
Yeah, there's kind of a fine line between networking and nepotism. It's really,
Well, in that particular situation, I think there's a lot of nepotism involved. But anyway, the thing about it is, though, is you got people like Aaron Lopresti. Guy who's been like a journeyman. He's like, oh, we need somebody to finish up this run and do good work. Boom, hey Aaron, come in, and then suddenly they don't use him for like 2 years, and they expect him to sit on his hands and do nothing. And he tries the crowdfunding thing with Garbage Man and our trash Garbage Man, and it doesn't fund because he didn't have the network. He didn't have like the people around him to get eyes on it.
True.
So EVS is like, hey, come on, he decides, I want to take one more shot at it, and he draws the name out of a hat, believe it or not, of a Wraith of God. 3 times, because the first time he did it, he's like, no, I'm not going to do that, and he's like letting God tell him what to do, right? So he like drew it out, and it's like Wraith of God again, and he's like, no, I'm not. The Westerns aren't going to sell. So he puts it back in, pulls it out again, and it's Wraith of God. So he's like, okay, I'll do Wraith of God, right? Then EVS is like, I'll come on my show, I'll promote you, and he goes on the show, and everybody loses their shit, because it's like been an inside secret, and then you like comicdom, that Aaron Lopresti might be one of the top 5 comic book artists alive. Okay. And so losing him is like a blow for the people that know what's really up, And so he comes over here and he's like, I'm not really Comicsgate, but I'll sell to anybody. And then they all come after him, and he's like, okay, screw it. Shelley's like, we're Comicsgate now. All right, we're Comicsgate. Full bore, 100%.
Yeah, honestly, that happens to a lot of people. It happens to me. Like I try to be neutral. Like I try to be like him, be like, hey, I'm comics. I was like, I was comics adjacent. I like I'll sell to anyone, like blah blah blah. But like I got so much crap by the antis. So much like all of them are like, oh, you follow the wrong person. We refuse to even deal with you. You are pond scum. Meanwhile, the Comicsgate people are like, hey, you're cool. Blah blah blah. They treat me like a human being, and I'm like,
the exact same thing happened to Luke
guess
Stone.
what flag I'm waving.
But see, Luke Stone tried to stay neutral. One of our Genesis crew members, the guy that does hybrid, awesome guy. But he tried to stay neutral. But then the people that were like around him, who were anti, were just like really vicious and nasty, and just always in the attack. And then he talked to these Comicsgate people, and the Comicsgate people were like, yeah, okay, well, they got their opinions, we got ours.
The difference is really striking. Like,
it's really. Yeah,
like the Comicsgaters, we have people we don't like, but it's individuals who have done bad stuff versus like, oh, you like this tweet. You're associated, so we hate you. You follow a person who follows a person who follows a person. You are literally Hitler.
I call it EVDS, because the
the advanced
EVS,
syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's what they call it. That's what they call it. Because that's what it is.
Perfect.
It's what it is. It's like Trump derangement syndrome, but it's for EVS because they hate him so bad that they'll attack anybody that has anything to do with him. And they don't. I don't know what. I mean, I'm not a big fan of EVS. I'm pretty open about that.
Hey,
but
could you
know,
put
the hatred
Hojo's
that comes
comment
his
up?
way is
It's really good.
ridiculous. What's that?
Hojo just
Oh, yeah.
made a comment. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's why I was bringing it up. I see the big names in film actors coming to do TV work. They put meats in the seats, establish credentials. They have already built a name, but then you start noticing a new cast member. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at
well,
like for example, look at Cobra Kai. You know, perfect example. You do a new series, and it's like you got Ralph Macchio, William Zabka, but a few seasons on, you'd be like, oh, the guy who played Miguel is going to be Blue Beetle. I'm excited. Mary Mauser. It's like you got all these new actors coming from Cobra Kai. It's like, yeah.
But then they bring back these actors who had like didn't do anything for years.
And they steal the show. Like they brought back Terry Silver in season. Spoiler, sorry.
The guy that played Crüe. The guy that played Crüe.
Martin Coe.
Crüe was great. Yes.
Yeah. But then he comes back in, and it's like Crüe. Oh my gosh, Crüe is back. And man, I hate that guy.
he did death twice.
Yes.
Right. The mainstream crowd are wine drinkers, elitists, and tell you that you wouldn't understand. Sit alone. CG is a beer crowd. They want everybody to come and hang out and have a taste. Yep. That's
dude, and that's so hilarious because wine drinkers think that they know wine, but it actually all tastes the same if you just think about it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm drinking this 22 Le Mans.
It has a great note.
They literally shove it in your face, and they'd be like, oh no, you can't have a drink. But beer drinkers are like, oh, I'm drinking this piss brew. You want some?
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys?
There's a keg. There's a keg. Woo!
Here, there's a kegger in the back. Help yourself.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes. It's like, who brought the Heineken? Throw him out now. Anyway.
While secretly squirreling away a few bottles.
Yeah. Just
Corona.
I'll take you home with me, but you throw him out. Anyway. Okay. But are the Corona guys that come in with a little lime in them? Get rid of those guys. Get rid of them. Anyway, But anyway, so when we're talking about the smaller creators are going to get lost, well, that's because you have a different perspective. The perspective is skewed to me, and this is just me, but the perspective is skewed because the people that are obsessed with the big pros and the big circles at the top and the big shows and all this other stuff, they're missing the party. They are missing the damn party because outside of these big shows and all this other stuff that's going on, you see people like the Crack Pack, and those guys are always having fun. People like the Genesis crew, what we're building here.
They're so concerned about being invited to the party, they never stop to think about, let's make our own party.
Exactly.
I want to make our own party with blackjack and hookers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that always happens though. Like the people that actually have fun are the ones that aren't obsessed with, oh, who's looking at me? How can I be seen? Or how can I get on this big show and then everybody will see my book? You know what? If I never get on the big show, I never get on the big show. I don't care one way or another. As a matter of fact, evidently I'm kind of like, I'm probably going to be blacklisted, but
don't worry about being on the big
is,
show. Worry about becoming the big show. That's my thought process.
There you go. There you go.
Other people, my thing is like, hail, Belmont's in the crowd. Yes.
Hojo's a little upset. My brew is not hot piss, Nick.
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about your brew.
Terrible.
I'm sure your brew is amazing. Hail Belmont.
Yeah. Speaking of beer drinkers, Crack Pack Bow. Yeah, Hicksville. All right. What's up?
What up,
Crüe?
Todd?
Yeah, that's up, man. But when you talk about I see a lot of people who are clout chasing that are trying to like get these bigger names to pay attention to them. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Hold on. And fire trucks. I'm not even sure what that is. Anyway, I don't even know what that comes from.
I don't know, and I'm afraid to ask.
Oh well, it's Hojo. He's over there talking to himself. Anyway, but you know what? The thing about it is I talked about this. I had like a a show I did earlier on envy. That envy can just like ruin your CG experience. You get people that just leave. Hold on 1 second. I gotta say this. All right, me babbers, Bristolian Dave. All right, dude. Thanks for staying up past your bedtime, man. And hold on. What does everybody come on the show have a beard? Not
because beards
Belmont
are
doesn't.
cool.
Belmont doesn't. No.
And yet Belmont is kicking
fire
ass.
trucks.
Is still kicking ass on Indiegogo. So beard's not required, obviously.
No, Belmont has a beard. It's just invisible.
Oh yeah, it's a soul patch. He has a soul patch. He showed us. Yeah.
He
right
does.
There,
so
soul patch. Yeah.
We let him sit on the table, but we don't grant him the rank of master.
Yeah, we don't beard block him. We don't beard block him.
No, we're not beard. We're not beard keeping him.
We're not beard keeping him or beard keeping him. No. Anyway, Statistical Zero says, I have a beak. Does that count? Yeah.
Sure.
And bachelor party. Yep. Yeah, okay. Not me. Yeah. Okay. All right. And Statistical Zero. All right. How you doing? All right. Anyway, but yeah, when you talk about envy can really hurt your like standing, and it really hurt your experience.
Yeah, jealousy is the death of us all, honestly.
Well, Salazar says, "Is this Beardgate?" I don't know, man. I don't know.
Not yet. Depends on who we piss off.
I'm okay, and yeah, soul patch. Yeah, he's got soul patch. All right,
he's a soul man.
Belmont is being beardgated. We're not beardgating Belmont.
No,
we're
he's
not
beardgating. At the table. He's just not granted the rank of master.
No. Soul patches.
I'm kidding, Belmont.
I'm
kidding.
Soul patches are beard. It is what it is. Anyway, so when you see there's some like premises that are going on that are like faulty. Okay, when campaigns do fail, and they do fail, and we've had some we've got some pretty big names that have had failed campaigns. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I've derailed the chat with the beard talk. Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
We're easily derailed. We're like squirrel.
I like to say that I have ADOS, attention deficit. Ooh, shiny.
Yes, I have a goatee. All right.
Hey,
Ojo's got a goatee. Oh, okay. See him get on cam one of these days. We'll find out. Anyway, let's see. I have a stash now. No beard. Okay.
Shader.
Well, you're Hispanic, so any facial hair works. How's our? Okay.
Oh, that's a little dicey right there.
Yeah. Hell, my friends.
Hail, Piggy.
All right. Let's do this. Anyway. Yeah. Just kidding, Frank. Just Frank. No, I'm sorry. Anyway. And you're not Latinx. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that. Anyway.
Yes.
Skip.
The X doesn't exist.
He said LOL. All right. Anyway, so there's like a lot of faulty like thinking going on with some of these people are like, well, my campaign failed. And Bristolian Dave says there are some great campaigns that haven't funded. The biggest thing causes lack of promotion. Okay. Well, also, like one campaign that failed recently, he says it's cool. So we're good. Thank you, Frank. But one campaign that failed recently, one thing that when I saw it launch, I was like, this is problematic. This is a problem. Because this person had a campaign, was launched a campaign, duel with somebody else. And so, i.e., he had like 3 campaigns at one time on his launch stream. And when I saw that, I was like, I don't think that's going to work because the initial launch is like your rocket booster. That's when you get your first big push, and to have that split up, and I know it was like a cross promotion.
Diluting the brand.
Yeah, I know it was like a cross promotion thing, and the other guy, incidentally, did get funded. So,
that's got to sting.
Yeah, that's probably part of the dissolution as why things are happening. Also, another problem I see. First of all, when you launch your brand, make sure you launch your brand.
Yes.
And I mean, not everybody's your boy Zach. Not everybody has 6 campaigns, and people, I'm gonna back it because it's your boy Zach. I don't care, it's your boy Zach, so I'm gonna back it. Oh, I'm 6 campaigns behind. Okay, I'm gonna back it because it's your boy Zach. I mean, not everybody can do that, but have
that's a big reason why.
Base. That zombie fan base, I mean, I had people going after me when I was like, I'm not backing your boy anymore until he starts fulfilling books. I had people going after me, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care. Yes, he's significant in Comicsgate. Yes, he's the gateway for a lot of us to get into Comicsgate. But at the same time, if somebody is like tanking their brand, then I'm not going to keep supporting them. I don't care I don't have any loyalty when it comes in.
Exactly. It's like if you're a comic creator, your brand should come before Comicsgate itself.
Yeah, it's like you are what you deliver, and it doesn't matter if you're Comicsgate, Anti, or whatever. If you can't deliver your product, what the frick are you even doing here?
Right. Let's see. Catch up on the cat. Hey there, Justin. What's happening? Say Pedro.
Got some good stuff Pedro. In the chat. Vote for Pedro. I really need to get
Pedro.
That I need to get that
Where
shirt.
did that come from? Anyway, there may be 3 people in CG that can get more than one book funded at the same time. I would not advise anyone else to try it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not Ethan Van Sciver. Stop trying to be Ethan Van Sciver.
No. Unfortunately, Ethan Van Sciver's not Ethan Van Sciver. Oh, did I say it? Oh, I did. Anyway. All right.
Bringing the
cancel. I don't back any of the Richard Meyer books. He's always late, and he really don't like his attitude about being late. There you go. Yeah. It's a slowing down. It's the the crowdfunding slowing down. Not people getting fed up with my bullshit. That's happened more than once. He's made that statement. So anyway, hold on. Rolling campaigns for people that are fast know the routine is very good, and then I wouldn't try it. Rolling campaign is for people that are fast and know the routine. Okay.
What's a rolling campaign? Can you educate me on that real quick?
It means having more than one campaign. You end one campaign and you go into another campaign. Somebody like Patrick Thomas Parnell does all the time.
See, that's something I'm trying to get towards.
Not going to go
this market.
I'd love to build myself up to that point, but I'm not really there at the moment.
Exactly.
Right. So I don't mind multiple campaigns when more than 2 of them are really late. You question new campaigns. Yeah. Hold on. Pedro's vote for me. Yeah, we'll vote for you, man.
It's all about your track record.
Mr. Says, hi, guys.
If you launch multiple campaigns and you have a track record of delivering on those multiple campaigns, people are more likely to back you.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a problem. Okay, multiple campaigns at one time when you're small, too small to handle it, or you don't have the rabid, psychotic zombie fan base that's gonna back just because it's you. It's you.
You don't have that cult of personality.
You don't have the Roca force behind you. Anyway,
personality.
There you go. Awesome group. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about it is, okay, so don't do multiple campaigns if you don't have the size to handle it. Okay, that's
unless you have multiple teams running on multiple books. You have one, like a full team for one, and then a completely separate team with other people working on multiple books. Then sure, you could probably get away with doing 2 books at once. But if you don't really have that going for you, best not to try it.
True.
Exactly. And another issue I see is when people have an IP that doesn't differentiate itself from other IPs. Yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, that's
planning to push my fulfillment to year most so I can account for lettering, production problems, and tackle that quickly. Yeah.
That sounds pretty sensible. That sounds sounds.
And Belmont evidently got one. Oh, Live in Color. Yes, Belmont. That is the good one, man. Good one. Red was a rolling campaign, then detoured to a YT Foodie comic campaign. Brand. Yep. I think I had that second. I think I backed that second book. I'll never see it, but I think I backed it. Anyway,
getting back to the brand illusion thing.
Right.
I was actually reading some posts about people talking about how they're feeling burnt out about superhero books because a lot of these just all look the same. Like the costumes all look the same. The art may be good, and the story may even be pretty decent. But like all these characters, they look like a character creator out of DC Universe Online, and it's like, and I kind of feel that, like I've noticed that myself sometimes, where it's like these comics, they all kind of look the same, very similar types of costumes,
right?
And people are feeling burnt out.
Well, see, Liefeld couldn't do that because Liefeld was Liefeld, you know. Liefeld could
he
say,
just puts.
"Oh, I want to do Deathstroke Terminator." Okay, well, I'll just say,
Just put some
instead
pouches
of
on him. He'll be
Wade
fine.
Wilson, I'll just do Wade Wilson, and I'll change the color shift, and then I'll like
Maybe
give him a
put some more
different
pouches,
backstory.
more belt pouches on him. He'll be fine.
Oh, lots and lots of pouches. We must have pouches. We must
All the
have lots of
pouches.
pouches.
Yeah.
2 samurai swords, not 1. 2 samurai swords and pistols. 2 piston pistols.
I'm feeling personally attacked. My comic has 2 samurai swords.
Like,
I'm feeling attacked.
All right. Okay. We'll back
I'm
off
kidding,
of that.
I'm kidding, I'm
that.
kidding.
yeah, but honestly, I think the problem is that that the costumes are they're generic, but also we are living in a world of superheroes. Like if you think about it, Marvel's launching the MCU, DC's got their own big thing. Like it's everywhere. So you're gonna get people that say, that guy looks like Batman. I'd rather read Batman than going back to your book. So
my IP is very unique. Magical Girls versus Lovecraftian Beyonce.
That actually sounds
That's
kind of
very
interesting. Like
that
you
is
have
very
my attention.
Here you go. Good pitch. See, there you go.
That is a good. That's actually a really good elevator pitch. You did good.
Yeah, that's a very good. That's a very good elevator pitch. I think Aaron had the best one that I've heard. You know, you want to differentiate yourself from other werewolf books. Just say, okay, this guy's a werewolf, but that's not the biggest problem in his life.
Definitely.
That was Aaron's pitch.
Yeah. So pretty
so
much,
I'm like, I've got to have this book because I want. What's worse than being a werewolf?
Definitely.
So there you go. If you want to differentiate yourself, great pitch will do it.
Like a lot of times, the beauty is what differentiates yourself is really the execution. You know?
Yes.
Right.
Like for example, going back to the Deadpool analogy, like he is a carbon copy of Deathstroke, but the execution is completely different. The character is ever so slightly different to kind of make him interesting and kind of unique in his own way. This is
the whole
before
Merc with the mouth thing.
This is before he even started breaking the fourth wall.
Well, I mean, as you remember, Deathstroke was almost entirely silent. You know, he was just like his brooding kind of dangerous guy, and so to have him like run off at the mouth was a grace note. I agree.
Yeah, Deathstroke has kind of got that like Boba Fett energy to him.
Right. You got to put the work in. Trust me, I know.
And Belmont is definitely an expert in that.
Belmont did the work.
He's been on streams every day.
Belmont's been hitting the grindstone. It's been paying off. Oh, sorry, we were talking.
Oh no. There is no such thing as a new idea. It's impossible. We simply do a lot of old ideas and put them in a new sort of mental kaleidoscope. Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah, I
Mark
agree.
Twain.
It's all we all kind of take different things, influences.
And Animated Mix says, "What's up, y'all?" Right.
What's up, Anatomy?
Now, welcome to the show, man. I have a new character with lots of pouches. That was the point. Codenames was what he made fun of. Makes fun of. I got you. Mm-hmm. A lot of CGI feel samey, indistinguishable. Plus, I'm getting tired of superheroes and 90 years action. Yeah, I got you. And this one, held chat about him. Okay, Immortal. Welcome, Immortal. Anyway, so yeah, you gotta find a way. Okay, full disclosure, mine is a superhero book. Okay, but I took the lesson from the second Captain America, Winter Soldier, and I decided that I was going to have political intrigue along with my superheroes. But at the same time, my tagline is this: in a world that is banned its heroes, it's time to root for the villains.
That definitely gets your attention.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, I did this whole superhero thing. I did superhero team thing. But the thing about it is they're a bunch of convicts, and this guy is like the Captain America of that world, and he's trying to save them from themselves for very specific.
Sounds almost a bit suicide-esque.
Yeah. But he's basically trying to get these people to work together, and they're like fighting him the whole way. And it's
that's very
great.
Suicide Squad-esque. That's very Suicide Squad-esque.
Yeah, some people didn't have a bomb in their head, but anyway. Anyway, but that was the way I was doing it. I was like, I want to do. Belmont Press says, Back Baron says, no capes.
No capes. Thank you, Edna.
Right. But so I decided to go in the direction of having some political intrigue, but my Captain America guy, my version of that iconic figure with American iconology. I decided, well, when I went to do him, some people like they just put the flag on him and they have him be patriotic, but I decided to go back even further. And my guy goes back all the way back to the founding of the country. And at one point, he was like in the Constitution.
So he was
he was in the Bill of Rights of the Constitution. So
did you make him one of the signers of the Constitution?
No, but they knew who he was. So they knew powered people were going to come up in the country, and here was a guy who seemed to be immortal, and so they made him like the arbiter of oversee overpowered people in the country. And so they betrayed him at some point, and they put this federal organization in place to oversee the powered people instead of him. And it turns out it was, they amended the Constitution to get rid of him, basically, and then buried him in a desk job for 25 years or 50 years. Yeah. Anyway, and he's back. He's back.
You know what the best? Anyway. You know what the best part is?
What?
That actually sounds like something that like could actually happen. Like if A and B happened, to where if this situation was actually real, I could actually totally see that situation happening.
Exactly. So that's how I differentiate
kind of genius
myself.
In a way. It's kind of you got a genius approach, honestly.
Anyway, but hold on 1 second. So you root for Negan, Bunny? No, I'm not rooting for Negan.
I'm glad you did that to Glenn.
Cut it out. Anyway, so
T-Bunny, if you start showing up with a bat wrapped in wireframe, I'm getting out of here.
Nah, that's not happening. I got tennis elbow anyway.
Thank God.
All right. Anyway, so the thing about it is though, okay, so differentiating yourself with your IP, make sure that people know, kind of like have a reason to invest in you. Arc Athena is a good example of this. Okay, Arc Athena's success, it had great art in it. So the art snobs who, I don't read anything, I just want to see great art. Oh my God, art! Oh, I mean, those people backed it because it's gorgeous. Oh, it's Eric Kennedy, he's great. But I when I watched Eric Kennedy, I watched what he did. He's a kind of a quiet, low key guy anyway, but he just kept talking about the plot, and the plot was this. There's day shift and there's night shift heroes, okay? And the day shift are the pretty ones and have the powers that are less objectionable, and they're the ones that the cameras point on, and they're the ones that get all the credit, okay? And so they're bristling under that, like, we're legitimate heroes, but we're being made these caricatures. And then there's the night shift people who are not Arc Athena, but Arc Neptune, and they are actually doing the work. They're like the Black Ops, and they have like powers that are more scary and more frightening.
I like the setup.
And they're resenting the fact that they guys get all the credit. And so it's awesome. It's an awesome idea, right? That I don't know. You got me,
Yeah.
You got me. You set the hook, right? Hold on 1 second. The 28th Amendment. Yeah, the 28th Amendment, right?
Yes, there were some secret amendments passed when you weren't looking.
Yeah, it was because he was still in the hospital when the 28th Amendment passed. My guy Ironsides, he was still in the hospital when the 28th Amendment passed. So he's not only is he like laid up, but he's got to know that they planned this all along. And so So anyway, that's all part of it. It's all part of it anyway. Moving on. Okay, so you get your IP, you get a hook with your IP, and so it doesn't matter. I mean, if your IP looks like capes and cowls, if it's got something really unique, Thomas Valiant. Okay, yes, I was really excited for that. RJ of the Island, the guy that does Fourth Age. And he got Renzo Rodriguez to do his art, but he started out black and white, but he got funded enough to do color. But the setup for his one is that the Justice League of that world, quote unquote Justice League, the Avengers of that world, had become corrupted, And so a guy quits them and decides to fight against their corruption with a group of supervillains that he captured. So that he knows their capabilities, and so and that's Thomas Valiant. And so I'm like, you know.
Yeah, Belmont.
Let's
show Belmont some love here. He posts something in the comments.
Okay. All right, shameless promotion. Check out Smokes and Vox Weaponized Werewolf. He's about $600 away from his chibi sticker from 6 a.m. Comics.
Nice.
So yeah, back him if you haven't. All right.
Well, if
Don
Belmont
Rims is hello all. Michael Odin, what's up, dude? What's up?
Are you capable? If I post something in private chat, can you show the link on the screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let's do some.
Right.
If Belmont can do shameless promotion, then so can I.
Oh, okay. All right. Shameless promotion break. Here we go. All right. What's the video? Ready?
Yep. It's the video. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna. Hey Belmont, if I post the link in Crüe chat, could you post it into the public chat? There, it's in Crüe chat if you want to grab it. For the people who are wondering what's going on, I gave him a link to my upcoming Indiegogo, and he's trying to do the trailer right now. So yeah, it's kind of what we're waiting for. Yeah, Belmont, I posted it in Crüe chat if you want to go grab the link from there. Actually, let me. I got an idea.
Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man.
Oh no!
I thought I was showing it. That's my fault.
I'm logging on to my my YouTube. I'm gonna post it in.
I'm sorry, guys. I thought I was showing it. I was not, evidently. Hold on 1 second. I just 1 second. Hold on. Share the screen. And all right, let's do this again. This time it will work because I'm a doofus. All right, here we go. You guys see it now? Does everybody see it now?
Oh yeah. My bad.
Okay. There you go. Now I'm sharing. Oh.
Oh, looks like Todd posted the link in chat.
Okay.
Nice.
Thanks, Todd. All right. You can. You pretty much got the gist of it. It went on for a little bit longer than that, but it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's.
Yeah, Belmont, and both Todd posted the link in chat if you want to highlight it. Thank you to you both for coming in on the clock. That was appreciated. Yep. So that's my issue 2 of my comic Turn Samurai. Yep. It's actually going live a week from tomorrow, April 8th. I'll be doing a launch stream.
No problem. No
it's
problem.
Be going live around 12:30ish. Could be doing a launch stream.
Right.
Just figure to give some promotion for stuff.
Sure. No problem. No problem. Anyway, so what's your hook with that? So what's going to differentiate it from other campaigns that have samurai?
Exactly. That is very important given what we've been talking about. It's a samurai from the past gets transported to the future. Usually, you have people, go from the future to the past. But here you have someone going from the past to the future. So it's like a fish out of water story, kind of like a man out of time, kind of think Captain America a little bit. It's very anime-esque, American comic book kind of merging. I think it's pretty good. In my very biased opinion.
All right. So go back. It's I think the link's right over there. We'll try to put it in the description later. Anyway, so in review, don't run more than one campaign at once if you're a smaller creator and you don't have a rabid, psychotic fan base that'll back you no matter what. If you put a dump in the box, they'll back it because it's your name on it. If you don't have that, one campaign at a time. Okay. Secondly, you got to differentiate your IP. You got to have a hook. You got to even if you got superheroes, it can't be generic. You got to have a hook for it, right?
It could be werewolves and aliens like Belmont, or it could be samurais in the future. I know, and to the Immortal, it is Ronin-esque. I'm not really sure what you're trying to say, but he. Sorry, I got derailed reading the comment, but you got to have your hook, whether it be
you got to have a hook,
werewolves, foxes, and aliens, or samurais in the future.
Right. Gotcha. Hold on 1 second. Statistical Zero had to fly. He does that.
Oh,
take care, man.
Bye, Zero. What's up, dude? All right.
Bye, bro. Thanks for stopping by.
So, check out Salazar Art Nation stuff. Links right there.
Definitely.
Aaron was promoting his stuff.
Yeah.
Aaron H. Jordan did a comic with Wolfsbane. I thought
that's me.
No,
that's me.
Oh,
gotcha.
let's pull his stuff up.
No.
Gotta press the buttons, Bunny. Yeah, I know. Anyway,
so Aaron, you've been pretty quiet. Tell us about Wolfsbane. I want to hear about it. What makes it different?
Well, as
Chris Frogs you when you need him. Yep.
As Cooper was saying before,
don't leave your DM group. No comment. Anyway, Wolfsbanecomics.com. Let's don't get bogged down in shilling. We'll stay on topic here. Because Wolfsbane.com is going to be on the Genesis Crüe Linktree. Go look it up. It's right under there. I'm going to get the rest of the Genesis Crüe eventually. Start sending me the links. I'll get them in there. Anyway, so we you got to have a hook, and if you don't have a hook, you don't have even if you have incredible art. Okay, I've seen campaigns that had incredible art because people were like, "Well, what's it about?" You know. And that worked recently. Yeah, that worked for Kenneth Rocafort because Kenneth Rocafort's Rocafort, and he's got the Rocaforce, and he's got incredible art. So,
for
people
example,
are like,
Aaron, what's your comic about?
No, hold on. No, we're back.
I'm trying to show my brother some love. I'm trying to show.
I know.
It's not my show. It's not my show.
Okay. Sorry.
Let's stay on topic, man. Let's stay on topic here. Anyway, I'm gonna kick you. Anyway, just kidding. But yeah, there you go. All right. So, but that's the thing though is if you get Rocaforce has got this backing because he's an ex-pro and and even if you don't have a good story, you're gonna have incredible art. Okay, and so you're like, even if it's just an art book, I still got a lot of Kenneth Rocafort art, so it made it worth it for people, even though maybe because of the language barrier or because he was trying to be vague, people didn't know what the book was about. I asked multiple people. I said, "What's the book about?" Oh, it's Kenneth Rocafort, and you got the Rocaforce who are like, "Oh, it's Kenneth Rocafort! Oh my God! Oh God on Earth!" And so
Legion
they're
of
going to back
fans
any.
just be like, take my money, take my money,
take my money, take my money. And they're going to back him no matter what. You know, I mean, just listen to him talk sometime. I'm like, is this an artist or your god? I mean, do you like burn incense to him or what? You know,
I mean, is
those
this
people
a
are
fandom
creepy.
or a cult?
I'm serious. Those people are creepy as shit. Anyway, no, that's neither here nor there.
Roku, we work with
exactly,
you, Roku.
exactly. Groken, I burn my incense to her. But anyway, the thing about it is, though, if you don't have that, even if you have incredible art, you gotta let people know what it's about. Tiger Blue's a good example. Okay. You're talking about Matthew Fowler. He's talked about this. I did an interview with him. You can see him talking about this. So this is not inside baseball, but he had Seiko 66, and that funded. And then right on the heels of that, because that was like a giant kaiju kind of thing, and that has people they hear kaiju, they back. You know, I mean,
yeah,
there you go.
It got my attention.
Right. But yeah, so they backed that, and then he's like, immediately he goes on to do a supernatural Western idea, Prospectors, which had incredible art. I liked it. I was like, back, and then I found out it didn't fulfill, and I was like, well, what in the world? Why didn't that fulfill? Because it had the art. But he's admitted that maybe there was like a saturation at that time because there was War Party, there was grave robbers, there's and he didn't really differentiate himself enough because if you go back and read the campaign, which I did later, he didn't really tell you what it was about. He didn't really tell you what the book was about. And even with the incredible art, I mean, it had this one guy, it had like a pickaxe for a hand, and he was like a ghostly figure.
A pick hand.
Yeah, pickaxe hand. It was cool as hell. But even if you got like this incredible images that like getting people's minds, that unless you tell people what the book's about, and and they're not like invested in you as a creator to the point where they're just going to back it no matter what, then you're going to run into trouble.
I mean, great art is always great art, but unless you have a story to back it up, like I think I remember one person saying, "Great art draws you into a book. Great writing
puts butts in the
keeps
seat.
you there. Great writing keeps you there.
Right.
It keeps you there."
Exactly.
And Belmont's like, promote every day. Yep, every day. Right.
He knows what he's talking about.
Anyway, so. Yeah, you people got to know what your IP's about. They got to know what it's about. And if you hire a writer, a guy that like has writing ability to write your campaign for you, I'd make that investment. If you're not like personally have writing ability, I would make that.
A good writer can make all the difference.
It can make all the difference. It can make all the difference in the world. But that okay, so don't run more campaigns than you can handle. Okay, all right, that's, and then you got to have set the hook. You got to have a hook that differentiates your project from everybody else. And number 3, you got to have a clear, concise way of telling people what the book's about. So why do you want this book in your life? Okay, especially in this crowded working. Yeah, exactly. Especially in this crowded marketplace. And you've got ex-pros that come in and they give this vague idea of what the book's about. And they can get away with that because, they're on these big shows and they're a name and so you people back because they feel like there's some kind of safety there, and because it's a name I know, it's a person that's been in the pro ranks and all these other pros that I trust love him. And so, boom, I'll back because of that. And I'll just assume that the IP is going to be good.
Yeah, in the film world, they have these things called elevator pitches and log lines. An elevator pitch is usually like, describe your story in 20 seconds, like the time it takes to do an elevator. And the log line is as short as possible. That's why people say, like, Highlander meets werewolves or Star Wars meets Titanic, stuff like that,
Yeah.
And it's kind of an exercise to get across as much information as you can in the short amount of words and time.
Yeah.
And that just kind of ties into what you were saying. You know, people need to kind of work on those skills a little bit more.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Well, you know, think about it. Is you know, even if you have to hire somebody to do that, and there's people out there that charge to like create your campaign for you or whatever. I think Belmont said that he ran across people that like charge like $500 or something like that.
I mean, I'm sure if it exists, it can be bought.
I am having pitch problems, your boy Hojo. Okay.
Maybe you need to get your hearing checked.
Sounds like a personal.
Oh wait, wrong pitch.
Personal issue. Yeah, it sounds like a personal issue. Maybe you
get your hearing checked or something.
There may be creams for that.
Maybe a cotton swab or something. Maybe clean out your ears. I don't know.
Anyway,
we got like wax buildup or something.
Right. Okay, and this is another issue. There are people who launch their books into the community and like claim the community, but then people don't feel like they know the person. And even if they have a show or even if they have a presence, they don't feel like they know the person because the person just seems to be always in campaign mode or always in promo mode, and they don't human very well.
We know the spokesperson, but we don't know the man.
Exactly. And they're not really.
What are his favorite movies? Yep. What kind of soda do they like? You know.
Right.
By the way, I love Coca-Cola. So.
Yeah, that's a good third for me.
Yeah.
Well, Belmont says best to smoke weed to loosen that wild pitch.
That's
Yes.
Not everybody does that. Not everybody does it.
Well, then you can do cocaine.
No, me on cocaine.
Okay, I have limits.
Oh my God.
Nah, don't do that.
I might sound like a Yankee if I had cocaine in me. But anyway.
Like, you want to smoke weed? Sure.
Yeah,
please don't do cocaine, though. Please, for the love of God, please don't do cocaine.
Yes.
Do weed.
No. Anyway, Belmont, that's certainly not a problem. Okay, your boy Ojo. All right, I hear you.
Pushing the buttons.
Okay, yeah. It's like CircWorks video on pitch Bibles.
Ooh,
okay,
that's a good link.
Yeah, that's a good link. Thank you for bringing it up, Frank. But okay, you gotta have the pitch. But you know, if you're in the community, you gotta be in the community. Rating Radio, the guy that does Rating Radio, he told me, Josh Plank. He did several. He did like the first thing. It was Eudaimonia was the name of his book, which means a like a song or something. I can't remember what the term means, but it's a gorgeous book. But it's very well written, but it really has not a lot of dialogue in it. It's mostly, you know, it's like images, but it's a gorgeous book. But then he put out the next book he put out didn't do as well, and it was like a real significant drop off. And he was kind of like feeling like, man, you know, I don't know if I want to be part of this community, blah, 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 you know, doing that stuff. And he had these guys around him that were just like being real negative. Yes. But then it just occurred to him, have I even been in the community? You know, and he did like a video on this, and he did a Twitter, and he got like real significant people retweeting. Because he's like,
it's really important.
Yeah, because he's like, I really realized that, you know, I promoted in the community, but I never really been participating in the community. Exactly. You know, and so I wasn't showing up on chats.
I believe you definitely got to give back in any community. Like, you know, people in Comicsgate have been so generous to promote my stuff. I'm pretty much obligated, and it's not that I feel like I have to do it. I want to do it. I want to promote other people's works. Like I retweeted a lot of Belmont stuff, and I'm happy he got funded. I'm honestly very happy. I'm happy when all my
rising tide lifts all ships. Right.
Yeah, it's a give and take. You know, people you can't be just kind of person who comes to the community, gets all the promotion, and doesn't give any of it back. That's kind of wrong.
Well, I mean, there's people who've been in the community for months and months and months, and I don't feel like I know them. You know, because they show up, they drop their links in the chat, and they don't really interact with anybody. And then
those kind of people wonder why they don't get funded.
Right, exactly. Belmont Press says Mexican cakes are the best, and Frank says Belmont, I just call them cakes.
well, I think what he's talking about is like Mexican Coke and American Coke.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Sugar.
I know he's talking about pot. Okay. Anyway, don't tell me what drugs I can't do authoritarian.
We're getting political here. We're getting political.
Thank you, Salazar. Hold on 1 second. Hojo, not a problem. I learned a lot from CircWorks Art Lab. Okay. All right. Yeah. And right out of the bottle, right?
Yes, Mexican Coke, man.
I
Yes.
could have time in a bottle.
Let's not make us a drug stream. Let's get back on topic.
No.
Golly, you guys. I swear.
I'm actually very tempted to like walk to my fridge and get a Coke right now. I'm actually very tempted.
All right. Okay. All right.
Anyway. I'm going to be right back.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right,
I'm going to walk. Right. I'm just going to be gone for just a moment.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like the one thing I add to this thing is that if you have like if you have a platform that you're trying to promote your stuff on, you can be like you can be as personal as you want, but at some point you have to draw a line to what you should actually put out there. Right. Like if you're doing a wide audience, you don't want to have like naked girls or whatever, unless that is your audience, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta realize like who you're talking to and whatnot, you know, like.
Right.
And there's also
Coke. He's talking Coke. I said,
yeah, Coca-Cola. We've been saying that the whole time.
Yes.
I need my drugs. I need. You guys
were talking about pot, and then you're talking about cakes, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Like pot or hash or what?" Anyways, it's just a great community. Glad I was told about it. All right, Immortal, welcome to the community, man. Good.
Welcome.
Where's all the super chat when you need it? I wish I'd like to have super chats. Anyway, your boy product placement Pavlovian responses are real. Right. Okay.
This stream is not sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Right.
By Coca-Cola, the taste of America.
No, it's not sponsored by them at all.
Not sponsored.
Anyway, definitely not. I'm not getting anything out of it. Anyway, so okay. But so you gotta have participation level in the community. You got people got to know who you are, because especially your first book, people have got to feel like they're investing in you because they don't know the IP yet. You know,
that's actually one thing another person told me. I think like Nicholas Mule, you know, he does a lot of stuff. He's pretty prominent in the community. Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. He told me some key piece of advice. It's like people aren't necessarily like you said, they're not really investing in you. I mean, I'm getting this reversed. They're not necessarily investing in your book. They're investing in you.
That's in you.
Like they want to back the book. Be like, oh, I want to back my boy Nick's book. You know, I really like Nick. He's a Coke person. He also like Coke.
Hold on 1 second. Cokes, not cakes. Yeah, I got it. I
mean, you could have Coke and
you guys aren't woke enough to be sponsored by Coca-Cola. Well, I have white privilege.
God,
so they should back me. I have white privilege anyway. They need to trust you. Right. Buddy Lord. Yep. That's absolutely right. Anyway, so to get past that, you know, you got to have a presence in the community. They got to feel like they know you. They got to feel like there's a trust there.
Like Buddy Lord said, they got to trust you.
Yeah. But see, if you're the more invested you are in the community, the more invested you are, then the more they're going to feel like, okay, he's not going to run from this community if he doesn't
they're like
fund,
one of us,
you know?
One of us.
Exactly. He's not going to like not fulfill a book and then disappear, you know, like some people have done in the past. It's happened in the past.
Like if they keep themselves accountable to the community feel more comfortable keeping them accountable.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a different level between somebody that like is a renter and somebody that like put down stakes. You know,
yes, it's one thing to pay. It's one thing to rent a house, but when you buy a house, there's a bit of a permanence to that.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna have more trust in somebody
buy a house
put
nowadays.
down stakes. Right. But you know, the thing about it is though, especially in this community. Hold on 1 second. The truth is, you want people to buy emotionally, not logically. Yep.
I mean, most sales are done based on emotion anyway. Like sales is 75% emotion or 90% really, you know.
Well, that's why the advertisers are like everything's like about emotion. You know, sometimes you see these like manipulative.
I mean, why do you think they always have the hot guys drinking the Coke on commercials? I did that deliberately.
I know, but I think I missed the point there. Anyway.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Dang, he got
that was
Yep,
cold.
I'm trying to be.
That was cold. Almost as cold as this icy cold Coke.
Yeah, I'm trying to be in every chat stream I can.
This joke on the ground.
After a few months, I can put faces to names and handles. I listen, I learn. Yep. Yeah, Hojo's a good example of this. He kind of came in through my show, believe it or not. I actually have. He was like looking for shows, like, and he found the topic, and then he kind of got in here through my show. Surprisingly, I'm like, oh my god, I have an impact. Oh crap. Anyway, but the thing about
mover and shaker, accept it.
Yeah, well, anyway, maybe not shaker. That's I jiggle too much. Anyway,
you're a mover and jiggler. Fine, you're a jiggler. You're a jiggler.
There you go. All right. But the thing that's interesting to me though is, like you said, you people have got to like get beyond their misconceptions and get beyond the fact that you don't have an IP to your name yet, or that you don't have this pedigree, and say. Because they've got to feel like, even if I don't get a book from you, I want to back you. I want to support this.
I mean, heck, with Belmont, he put such a good showing into being personable.
Right.
I gave $10 to his campaign. Really not really expecting anything. I just wanted to give him some money because I believed in him. You know, the project was cool. I mean, but I really didn't have too much money, but I wanted to give him something. I gave him $10, and I believed in him. So exactly what you're saying.
Well, that's kind of like a work in progress, because the first streams that Belmont was on, he was kind of like, "What? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?" It's like, what in the world? He's definitely softened quite a bit. He definitely perfected his pitch over a period of time, because
and that's just how it's done. A lot of people, when they first come onto this kind of arena, they can be rather awkward, and they just learn.
Well, one thing that Buddy Lord's doing that I think is really fascinating for me, he's got a book called Sins of the Fae. It's still, you can still get it. But he changed so much in it in the course of the way things were going, and picked up a new artist and went in a new direction, and things altered quite a bit. And so to relaunch himself out in this community, he decided that he and Xevious, his collaborator, are making a ash can and they're making it available to anybody for free because of the lateness of the campaign. If you want to see this book, or this ash can of the book, which is like the first significant amount of pages, but pretty much the book that you would have got otherwise, but they've expanded it so much beyond that. But you'll be able to see this book and get it in your hands. They're not like saying, well, we're terrified for you to see this book because it's not up to par. They're like, we want you to see this book, but we're expanding it so much, and we're making it so much better than it was, that we want you to see what we're up to. And they're going to pass them out at the con in Calgary, one of the largest cons in Canada, maybe the largest.
Oh, nice.
And they're also making it available to anybody who's backed the book automatically. You just ask for it, and they'll send it to you. I've got one coming, and because they want you to know that they're like, okay, you invested this in me, and you haven't got your product yet, and it's gone past the time that you should have had it, but we want you to know why. But it's not because we're shafting you; it's because we're making it so much more better than we conceived of at the first. And I'm like, and now they're putting something in your hand to let you know this is where we're at. And I think it's a brilliant idea. I
do too. I think it sounds really good.
Yeah, I mean it's a significant out of pocket, but he's like, I'm out of pocket anyway. But this may give my moot book a second life. when people start seeing this thing.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to make amends for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, but that's somebody that understands that.
That guy gets it.
Yeah, he gets it. He gets it, and he's a brilliant writer, and Xevious is a genius. I mean, we've seen this. We've had him on here. He's a genius. But you know, when you see what they're cooking up, and it resonates on a very emotional level. I mean, Xevious has been showing some of the art, but it resonates on an entirely different level. But that's somebody that said, okay, I did fulfill, technically I did fulfill, but the campaign's kind of failed because of the length of time I've made people wait. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to rehabilitate the campaign by saying, okay, this is what we got so far, relaunch it, and maybe find a second life for it, But this is somebody that's like, okay, this happened. Let's retool. Let's figure out what went wrong there, and let's put this right back out.
Yeah, he sounds like a really good person, honestly, with a kind of a good heart and head on the right shoulders.
Oh yeah, and it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous book. I mean, it's beyond gorgeous. It's a work of art, literally is. Because he's doing everything basically by painting. So it's literally a work of art.
Yeah, that takes a lot of time and effort.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. He says it was sold 48 pages. The Ashcan will be 24. The finished book will be about 100. So, yeah. So they are definitely expanding it quite a bit, twice as big. But anyway, so if your campaign fails, and some of them will fail, and sometimes it's not the campaign, it's the timing. Sometimes it's the fact that there's a flooding of the market that's similar to yours. Like
the last thing you should do is blame the audience. That's the last thing you should do.
Yeah, and last thing you should do is to say, well, because these big guys are coming in and they're still in the air, because that is just saying that there's not enough air to go around.
When there's even if all the big guys come in, there's still more than enough space. I mean.
Well, I mean, I see something happening, and I've mentioned this before, and I've gotten a little pushback because of it. I see that these ex-pros coming in and these big shows that, will show up and have 500 viewers on the course of just I'm streaming, boom, 500 people, those shows is gargantuan monster shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're there. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that watch those shows. Okay. But there's this other community that's like growing up that says, I want to be in a smaller chat. I want to be in I want to have more interaction with the people.
Yeah, with those bigger chats, it's like a wall of text that's constantly streaming. Yeah. And the only really way to get noticed is to do a super chat. Do a super money, chat. Whereas
and hope that they saw it. And hope that they saw it.
Yeah, whereas these smaller ones, pretty much every person who posts, we see it and we'll showcase it. You don't need to do super chat. If you get to the point where like people can do super chats, that's cool. But we'll read your stuff because honestly, our audience is pretty smart.
Right. Well, but the thing that's very significant to me is there is a strata that is developing underneath these big wells coming in that is. And it's interacting. Some of the creators are better at interacting with that strata than others. Some of the big guys coming in, like Frega Boom is a great guy to communicate with. And Aaron Lopresti's a really stand up guy, and Shelly's kind of like really runs their social media, and you can talk to Shelly all day long. She's a sweetheart. But people that have actual interaction, Graham Nolan interacts, people like that. Mm-hmm. And these are big names. These are big ex-pros that come in, and they do interact. And so it's not everybody. And, Malin wanders around, and sometimes he'll show up in chats.
Chuck Dixon. I've had lots of good conversation with Chuck Dixon.
Wow, Chuck Dixon. Yeah, I need to get him on one of these days. I love Chuck Dixon.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's a hoot.
Oh, okay. Well, but the thing that matters though is that there is enough backers to go around. So, if your campaign doesn't fulfill, If it doesn't fund, then take it back off, look at it, retool it, and then relaunch it when you when you find a different way to skin the cat. Okay?
Yeah, because honestly, a wise person learns more from their failures than they do their successes.
Yeah, Shelly is one of the richest, nicest people I met on Twitter. That's definitely saying something. Yeah, she is. She is, and she's in pain all the time. So her being so sweet is just amazing. That she's such a sweet.
I wonder why her teeth haven't fallen out if she's so sweet.
Nah, I don't know. Anyway, but the significant thing is when that statement was made on Twitter, the statement heard around the world or whatever,
was the shot heard around the Twitterverse.
Yeah, it was just somebody expressing confusion, expressing pain,
frustration,
and maybe should have took some time off Twitter before he tweeted that. But
never tweet in anger. You always will regret it.
Exactly. But at the same time, he did something like he said to Bancroft, he said, DM me, tell me what was wrong with the campaign, what was, whether he meant that or not, really meant that or not, I don't know. But at the same time, the bottom line is whether it's timing, whether it's like people just didn't like get your drift or didn't understand what it was. In art doesn't always sell the book. I mean, I hear that all the time. Oh, if you don't, you have the good art, people buy. I find, and this is me, whether there are some art snobs out there that just back completely on the art. They don't give a crap. They don't even read the text. They don't even read it. They're just like, oh, I like that. Boom, back because it's the art. That's not everybody. I think there's a significant amount of people who are like, okay, I've got 5 books I'm looking at here that I want, or that I'm looking at that I like. Okay, I have this amount of money, so I can back 1 or 2 of them.
Yes.
And so, which one? And maybe I'll come back and maybe back the other ones when I have the money. But why should I give you my money? What's your answer to that?
Yeah, and then to add to that, like, there's so many books with so many good art. It's like, okay, your art is good. What else is there? And then there's also the thing of like, okay, your art is good, but is the art style connecting with people? Because like you could have like this perfect art style that's like literally the best thing ever, but the art style doesn't, like, there's people connect with different art styles in different ways, and if you have this gorgeous art style, it's just, but it's not something that connects with people. Or like you're doing, like, let's say you're doing a horror book, but you're doing like a chibi cutesy aesthetic. Like, actually, that kind of sounds kind of interesting. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I spew.
Anyway, Buddy Lord says, "Here's $20. Notice me, senpai."
Senpai has noticed you.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes it's not even that, because I can attest. I'm one of those people. I can just look at good art and be like, okay, I got what I wanted from that. The story, there's nothing about the story that's really hitting me. I'm gonna move on and see if I like something else.
Right.
I see the same thing in the indie game space. Like, there's so many of these games that have this gorgeous graphics. Like, so many of them, like gorgeous graphics.
Yeah.
And the gameplay, it looks like literally everything else I've seen, like Braid.
Right.
That game looks great, but I'd rather play Mario. Like, I'm kind of thing. Like, what is there? Like, I'm sure, like, I don't know, it has like the time travel mechanic, whatever. But just looking at a trailer of Braid, it looks great, but there's not really anything. Or Transistor looks beautiful.
Well, I think when you see mainstream, the mainstream just assumed that they could insult and alienate their fan base.
Once upon a time, they could, not anymore.
Yeah, and they didn't realize that everybody has their breaking point. Everybody has their moment of alienation that you can't come
back. And on the flip
from.
side, look at the reception to Sonic. Like, people like Sonic, it changed. It listened to people and it became successful. And now look at like the hype going into Sonic 2, because Sonic is giving fans what they want to see. Yeah. And it's like, and they're rewarded by there's like such overwhelming positivity going into Sonic 2. I'm loving it. I'm going to see it opening day.
I'm going to go see it. I'm going to go see it.
Like I'm going to launch my Indiegogo, then go see Sonic 2. Afterlife.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Complete opposite of 2016. Complete opposite.
The exact opposite of 2016. They're like, okay, people love these IPs. They love these characters, and let's give them exactly what they want. But we'll add this new generation onto it and make them likable.
And you know what? We're still talking about Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's still being talked about. It's still being talked about. Like,
well,
that.
If you look at the,
it did the right thing. It hit the mark so well.
Right. Well, Spider-Man, No Way Home. No. I mean, that was just pure fan service. They were like, "What if I was a fan of Spider-Man? What is the thing that I'd want to see more than anything
Toby
else
on
in the
screen,
world?"
Honestly,
and let's put that on the screen.
I don't know. Because I do love Spider-Man, and when I saw Spider-Man, what was it, Far From Home?
Mm-hmm.
I like the fan service, but at the same time, somehow they managed to get that slightly wrong. I don't know.
I feel like some of it was a little bit bad, like bringing back some of the meme phrases, like I'm something of a scientist myself. It kind of took
the power to summon the top. Yeah, that was
the characters themselves. I feel like they made them well. I feel like Andrew got it, getting it. Like, sorry.
Well, Andrew, had so much love for the franchise.
Also,
it was his dad. It was his dad's. Yeah,
right. The Egon tribute. Also, Ivan Reitman died a few months after the film came out. Like, I am so happy that his legacy got redeemed before he died, so he could go to the grave knowing his legacy was secure. I am so happy.
He was sick for a while, so I'm just wondering if Jason didn't do that to make sure that his dad knew that it was in good hands before he died.
Jason, you got to realize Jason was on the set of Ghostbusters 1.
He was. He calls
himself the original fan of Ghostbusters, and honestly, I think it's kind of fair title to have.
Well, if you get Bill Murray, it's like, if Bill Murray comes and does your film, it's
you got Bill Murray to put on the suit again. That's big.
Yeah, but I'm sure his selling point for Bill Murray was like, by the way, you're gonna have a scene with Sigourney Weaver.
Nice.
And he's like, I'm there.
Also, I do think the thing that sold him was the Egon tribute. Like, I think I wouldn't be surprised if he cried at that.
Harold Ramis was his best friend. Yeah,
that scene was beautiful. Like that,
it was beautiful.
I
cried.
Beautiful.
I cried.
Like that scene where he's with them and he's doing the proton pack, and they all one by one look over. It's just like chills.
Right. But if you notice though, the way they sold that movie was basically they basically said, we're giving you exactly what you want, even if you didn't know you wanted it. This is what you want. And then everybody watched that trailer, and I remember like almost getting angry. I'm like, if you screw this up, I will burn the whole world down.
I live you it, man.
You better deliver on this crap. You better deliver on it, because
they did.
But that's the thing. If you're going to sell your IP in a crowded space, okay, if you in Comicsgate, it's become a crowded space, okay. And yes, there are ex-pros coming in all the time, and some of them, they're just like coming through the door and just given a crown, CG Kings, you're on CG Kings, and things like that, and whether they interact with people or not, and but the thing about it is, though, is you can sit there and you can grind your axe and get resentful and say, well, I'm not going to be able to succeed because of them. But you know what? The attitude you should take is game on.
I mean, that's
game,
honestly,
fucking on.
You want a way to guarantee you're not going to succeed is you get better.
Oh,
that is.
Oh, you're raising the level? Oh, you're raising the level? Okay, I'm raising my game. I'm raising my level.
Exactly.
I don't have as much money as you do. I don't have as many resources as you do. But screw this.
Game the fuck on, bitches.
Game the fuck
on.
Exactly. Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's the difference between a winner's and a loser's mindset. Like all three of us, we have a winner's mindset. We see a challenge. We see an insurmountable hill. We're not like, oh no, I'm never gonna climb that hill. We're like, give me my climbing shoes, Give me my pickaxe. I'm fucking doing this. I don't care if it takes me 50 years. Yeah. I'm fucking climbing that hill. Sorry, I got a little passionate there.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But you know what? If I see this ex-pro come in and just like with this arrogance and like, oh, I've been in the industry and I'm just going to go into the comics gate and I don't know if I'm going to draw up a project yet, but I'm just going to succeed because I'm me, and writers suck, and see that guy. And I could just sit here and like, oh crap, he just fulfilled his campaign, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to resent him and I'm going to feel bad about my campaign or whatever. Or I can say, I'm going to bury that motherfucker.
To be fair, feelings of resentment, feeling of jealousy is natural. It is natural to feel those feelings.
It is.
Like, let's be honest. Let's be real here. Like, feeling it, if you feel those feelings, you're not wrong for feeling them. Like, if you feel them, I felt it myself.
The world's not a fair place. The world is not a fair place.
It's okay to feel those feelings, but what's important is what you do with those feelings. You can either let them boil inside you, or you can just be like, fuck it. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it kind of pisses me off that this person got funded and I don't. And yeah, it probably does. But it's you just let's do this.
Comics for Drew, man. This guy, he does not.
Oh, he's out of line, but he's right.
Yeah, your campaign is bad. You should feel bad. Exactly right.
Drew is just like boom, boom, boom.
You watch his show sometimes. He has zero fucks to give. He really does. I just went down a rabbit hole a couple of days ago.
Behold the field in which I grow my fucks.
Exactly. It is barren. It is barren. Anyway.
Some motherfuckers always got to ice skate uphill.
Yeah, that's he'd be right.
Blade reference.
Okay, well, so the thing is, you can it can make you bitter or it can make you better.
I choose to be better.
And you know what? The truth of the matter is the odds are against people like me and people like you guys. I
Fuck
said
the odds. Fuck
9 to 5 jobs. We don't have all the time to spend on YouTube day after day and just like, I'm going to drop a
If I wanted a safe path, I wouldn't be here right now. If I wanted a safe path through life, I would not be on this stream right now.
Well, the thing about it though is how hungry are you? Do you believe in your IP?
I'm hungry like a wolf.
Right. Do you believe in that IP? Well, like a wolfsbane, right?
Hungry like a wolf.
Boy!
There you go.
I just love how we're always bringing it back. You got to bring it back to the Wolfsbane.
There you go. Envy is a natural emotion. What you do about it, that separates the creamers from the dreamers, right?
Mojo hit the nail on the head.
Right.
Yes.
Now, the thing about it is, though, is one thing you have to understand. And this has not been to bash anybody today, okay? If anybody feels bashed, that's on you. This is not to bash anybody. This is to help people.
We're not attacking anyone. We're attacking ideas.
We want people to succeed. But these conversations have to happen. People have got to have these conversations. We've got to put this word out here. And people have got to have the resources that they need to succeed. So let's review right quick. Okay. If you don't have a rabid fan base that's going to back anything because your name's on it, then don't run more than one campaign. Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you don't have multiple teams to work on multiple,
if you don't have multiple teams and you don't have like a social media like director that does all your stuff for you, if you are a one-man show, do one book at a time. Okay. Yes. Or if you're like Luke Stone, who has an organization around him that he's built over the course of years, then he can put out more than one book at a time. But he has been building this for a long time. Okay, and plus,
just put
Hybrids
one foot
is
in front of the other,
awesome.
and soon you'll be walking out the door.
Right,
it's not Christmas time yet, bro.
Yeah,
I'm glad you got that reference. I'm so glad you got that.
Dude, that's one of my favorite ones too.
The very last thing anyone who is creating should look for is sunshine being blown up your ass. Exactly. Yeah,
I don't.
I agree.
I'm not a person who bleaches my butthole anyway, so I think I'm good.
There you go. Anyway, secondly, okay, so don't run more campaign than you can handle. Okay. Secondly, gotta have a hook. You gotta hook them. You gotta have a hook.
You gotta hook them line and sinker.
you got to differentiate yourself. Okay. What's the third one is you've got to describe or let people know what your book's about. You got to clearly know what your book's about. Unless you're Michael Bancroft and nobody knows what the Lucen's about, even with the book in hand. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
It's like I'm literally reading the book and I still don't know what the fuck is going on. Help!
But you still love it. You love it anyway. Anyway, he's against the grain. He's just like a misnomer. He's like the glitch in the Matrix.
He's the exception that proves the rule.
Right. Exactly. And fourthly, make sure that you're in the community, legitimately in the community, not like doing flybys and just dropping your links and taking off. I mean, talking to people, being in the community when you're not stumping. Being AKA, in the community.
If you're in the stream talking to us, you're doing something right.
Right. And promote other people's stuff as well as your stuff. And root for other people as well as, because if you're rooting for other people and they know you're rooting for them, they're not going to turn right around and root for you.
Like, okay? go back Wolfsbane. It's an awesome book.
Yeah, thank you. Wolfsbane back and when Samurai launches, block it too.
Yes, okay. Please. I wanted to give instead of take. So
even someone like Mark Polton does one campaign at a time besides Graveyard Shift, but Malin does the heavy lift in there. Yeah.
Yes.
And did I just get called out? No,
Maybe.
You did not get called out in any way, shape, or form. Okay, so you be.
I mean, that's how you're interacting with us, so you're doing.
I know. But be in a community and be actually in the community. And even on your days off, even when you don't have a campaign, even if you don't have a book to push somebody else's book. Yes. Root for people.
Yeah, that's something that I had to learn where it's like, before I was like, oh, I'll just be in the community 3 months for my campaign, promote it, and drop out for a few months. And then I was like, and then I kind of turned into like, I need to be on Twitter active more. And once I was active on Twitter more, I started to get more interaction.
Yeah, right.
Who knew when you showed a friendly face, people responded.
Mm-hmm. And just having a show is not enough.
Yes.
Just having a show is not enough. I mean, we've talked about your boy Zach. He has a show. Okay. And it's heavily watched. And yes, he has a lot of, but you know what? Nobody has talked to that sucker. Nobody's interacted with that sucker. And from his ivory tower or whatever, and so I stopped back at him just because I'm like, you know what? He is a hypocrite because he said this is the very thing that he's complained about and he's doing it. Okay. Now, that being said, is people who are in the community or actually in the community are pushing other people's books, pushing, stumping theirs. Oh, by the way, I have this book, but I'm passionate about it. I love this book and people know you love this book and that you care about your IP. And so that's contagious. It's infectious, right?
Yeah. Like, of course I want my book to succeed, but you know what else I want? Mm-hmm. I want other people's books to succeed. Because it's cool that my stuff gets funded. That's really cool. Uh-huh. And but like I want Wolfsbane to be successful. I'm happy as shit that Justin Belmont got successful. Hell, Brandon Sanderson got $25 million, and I couldn't be more happy for it.
Oh fuck yeah!
Right.
Nice.
Okay. Comics Crüe. I've read the Lucent 3 times. I still don't know what's going on in it. Nope. But it's beautiful, isn't it? It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's like Primer. It's like watching Primer.
Wolfsbane. Okay. LOL, and I'm listening to this while I'm doing a sketch card.
You gotta show me that one day, buddy.
If you don't walk away from these streams pumped and excited to make your work better, do something else.
Yep.
Right.
Hojo's right.
Yes.
I think he lives in my area. I don't know who he's referring to. Hold on. Drew, it's about the waking dream. It's in the title. Your boy's an example of a YouTube superstar that happened to fall into an audience predisposed to buy comics in the first place, right? And your boy he says, I don't even know who Zach is. Well, you use your boy, so everybody's assuming anyway.
Dang.
Yeah, Zach. All right. Yeah, all right. Okay, so, all right. First of all, don't run more campaigning you can handle. Second of all, make sure you have a hooks. Thirdly, make sure that you describe to people what exactly what your book is. And so there's no ambiguity there. Thirdly, be in the actual community and push
Don't just
other
have
people's
one
stuff.
toe in,
And
have the whole body.
Swim in it. Do backstroke.
Swim in it.
And
bathe in the CG-ness. I mean, it kind
yes,
of it
all
smells like
in.
Doritos a little bit,
all
but
in.
you like it.
Be all in. Okay. Third,
be all in.
Not
Full
just have
version.
a show. Not just have a show. Be participating. Go to other people's places. Hang out. Drew says, I'm just roasting Bancroft because I like him. Yeah, we all do. We all do. Bancroft's the daddy show for this show. I always tell him that. Anyway.
Podcast.
Right. And lastly, don't give up.
No.
Don't give up.
It is okay. So
don't let your dreams be dreams.
Just do it.
Just do it.
It is.
Anyway.
It is. I'm trying to think. It is okay to fail.
Yeah.
What's not okay? But once it's okay to fail, but it's never.
It's never okay to give up. It's never okay
to
fail.
It is. I'm trying to think the Karate Kid line. It is okay to lose, but we must not lose the fear.
Right. Okay. I hear you.
Everyone loses battles
comics, not
sometimes,
excuses.
but you can't give up on the war.
Always fall forward, right?
Wait, always fail forward. We're not SJWs.
Yeah.
We don't fail upwards. We go upwards.
We up. Right.
We're not Sam Mags here.
Well, one thing about somebody like Nikola Tesla or Edison, somebody pointed out Edison earlier, because he had a great staff that that did all
with
these,
Jobs. Same thing with Jobs.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, Edison was the Steve Jobs of the late 1800s, early 1900s.
The comparisons
all the credit,
are really striking.
Right. This is what I want. Do it. Tesla actually came out of his shop, believe it or not. But Tesla, think about Nikola Tesla. If you read about his career, he actually wanted to fail. And he didn't go into it with the idea that he was going to wanting to succeed. He wanted to fail. And so he gave himself these impossible tasks that he was sure he was going to fail at. And so when he succeeded, it was even more glorious, And
here's the thing about failure. Failure shows you what not to do. When you fail, it's a lesson in what you did wrong. Because you can succeed and not learn anything. Because you can succeed and you might not know why you succeed. It could be blind dumb luck for whatever reason. But when you lose, you learn 100% of the time. When you fail, I mean, when you lose, when you succeed, not really as much. So
look at that. Make your own comics, not excuses. T-shirt here.
A capitalist over my own heart, after my own heart. I love it.
Oh man, capitalism at its best.
Yeah.
I only choose your boy because Kimasabi told me to. Yeah, that's where it came from, Hojo. That's where it came from. You're okay not knowing who that is. He's so insignificant at this point. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so don't give up and don't be resentful.
Don't give up, never surrender.
Right. If you're paying attention to those big guys, then you're not paying attention to what you're doing.
Yes. You spend so much time with your eyes gazed up at the clouds, you're not looking at the ground in front of you.
Right. See,
that's actually kind of deep.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. I always use this illustration. Okay, when people plow a field, they don't look down at where they're plowing. They look at a far target, and then they head towards the target. Mm-hmm. They don't even pay attention to the plowing because that's the only way you get a straight row. Now, people that are so self-focused on what they're doing immediately in front of them, that don't have any kind of long vision, are going to wind up struggling.
I mean, for me, I got rough plans laid out till like 2024. Like I have like a very rough roadmap of like my release schedule, how I'm going to release stuff, laid out to like 2024. I mean, it's vaguer as the years go on, but like I have a very rough roadmap of going for the next literally 2 years. Right.
Well, anyway, so I guess if we sum up today, sum up anything, that I really think that the secret of it is just okay. My campaign failed. What next? Figure it out. Diagnose it. Relaunch it. If you believe in that IP, yeah, just take it. Actually, take it as a focusing moment. A focusing. You figured out that you didn't see the target that you thought you were seeing, and you missed it.
Like, you want to talk about like failures? I had a comic that I kickstarted, and I got the first issue out, but then I had a falling out with the artist, and now I have no clue what I'm going to do with it. So I'm just pushing it to the side, and I'm doing my other comics. I'm eventually going to get back to it, but for right now, there's really nothing I can do with it. I'm probably going to relaunch the whole thing, but like that's kind of right time, right place. That was a failure, but I'm not giving up on it. It's just I'm doing other stuff.
Right. I hear you. Okay, well, we're just belaboring points here, so I think that's pretty good for the day. Thank you guys for coming on riding shotgun with me. Thank you, chat, the fluffiest chat in all of YouTube.
Torrent Samurai launches April 8th. Please back it.
All right.
Yes, I do.
Aaron, you have an IG. Yeah,
yes, it's pretty much the same thing. Wolfsbane Comics, only it's on Instagram. So go ahead, follow me on there.
All right, that's in your Linktree, right?
Oh, definitely. I actually have a Beacons.
Okay. All right, no problem. Hold on 1 second. I think the biggest thing to be really honest with yourself and find every reason not to buy your book and eliminate those reasons. Yep.
Yes.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Take that advice. Anyway, that has been Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics, and I've been here with Mr. Phoenix, press, not animation, press, and brother Aaron over here, Wolfsbane Comics, and that has been the show. So y'all have a nice day.
Sayonara.
Tell me what's on your mind.